There we go. Yep, the test works. Alright. Hey Charles, how you doing? First chatter in. I like it. So, it works, Charles. Don't worry, I'm just doing something real quick. Hey. Oh. Thank you for the Windows error. I really appreciate it. Also, today is Cinco de Mayo, which is where Mexico got their independence from Spain. Husk, where's Angel? I don't know where Angel's at, Jitter. Now, where is the... I want to know that. Yeah, I don't know. Probably with Val? No! Y'all are crazy, man. I love it. Let me just grab my bug spray. Ah, okay. I'm just taking the time to spread the word before we get started. Mothman. Oh. To be fair, I don't think bug spray would stop Mothman. Give me a minute, guys. I'm spreading the word, alright? It would. Valentino's powerful stuff. I never had it, I don't think, but... I mean, if you mean the hot sauce, then yeah, sure. Alright. There we go. The word is spread. We are ready. My testing worked.
Let's do it.
Alright, guys. Jitter, thank you for the let's do it. Let me open up Steam and we'll start the game real quick, alright? Alright. Here we go. I'm sure y'all know where this is going. Now, before you ask, Jesse, why does it say the Stanley Parable 6 if this is your first time playing it on stream? Listen, I played it a lot of times offline, okay? This is the first time you're gonna see me play it online. Alright, let's just begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
Were you banned? I don't know.
Was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in,
okay.
as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
This game is awesome. I love it.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
What happened?
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Charles, it's all part of being an affiliate. I don't know how many times I have to explain it.
When he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
You already know my plan is to just disobey it. Chat, you already know my plan is to disobey the narrator in any way possible. So instead of going to the office, how about instead...
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Yeah, I don't know why I would say that, Charles.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Stanley waited.
I'm happy. This is my happy dance.
Had years gone by, he no longer had the ability to tell.
It's my happy dance.
The one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon,
all right.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
I'm ready for it.
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
How close?
Here it comes.
You douche. I don't have you added. I don't have you added anymore. Well, just add me. My Discord's the same as my user on Twitch.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, gotta turn off all the computers. Gotta turn off all the power to the computers, so that way we don't waste power. Sent request. Nice. Let me get it. I said let me get it. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I don't know why it says that, Charles. I'm sorry, alright? I don't know how you would fix that, but anyway. Are there any computers I need to turn off? Answer is no. Oh. Forget you saw that. Hold on. Nice. You see this you see this bucket here, chat? We could take it, but we're gonna leave it behind today. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jitter. Maybe you have too many servers, Charles. I only have 4. Ah, well that can't be it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This is beautiful. I love this. Hey, I'd like 1 soda, please.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Okay, this is gonna take me some getting used to because I'm always the one doing commentary.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
If I may.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I can't turn off the narrator. Sorry, Charles. But yeah, this is gonna take me some getting used to, because normally I'm the one doing dialogue during these types of games. So, having a narrator while I do dialogue, that's gonna take some getting used to.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Asses are about to get beat! Woo! Oh my god!
I know what this is. Mr. Narrator, you're not pulling a reverse psychology on me, okay? I've seen enough Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes to know that reverse psychology doesn't get you anywhere in life. Okay?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, what's this? Sure. Alright, we're back with the only game where you can defile the use of a narrator. It's the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Alright. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse, $1,000. $5,000 is the penalty for jumping off? Jeez, that's highway robbery at this point. Okay, hold on. Yeet!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am God! No, I'm not God.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Mr. Bucket, you stay there. Oh, the computers, right. Gotta turn off all the internet, the internet stuff. Yeah. Huh.
No matter how hard Stanley
computers.
looked,
Oh,
he
there's a
couldn't
computer
find a
there.
trace of his co-workers.
Yeah. Alright, Stanley, let's go. That way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
Angel
by the employee
betrayed me.
lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get
I
back
don't know
to
what that
business,
means,
Stanley took
Charles.
the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. Wait, what happens if I go down there? Oh. Hold on. Oh?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed
What
the
is
office had
this?
begun. So far off the beaten path.
I think I shut up the
You
narrator.
didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and
You
every
do.
time you
Get out
watch
of
a
my
movie
head.
where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
My fault, but... Hey now, excuse you! Okay, that's just being a douche. I don't care what you are.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, turn off the computers. As always, gotta save power. Make sure nobody finds out what I did to those animals last night. Can't let the other people know I played God.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct
What?
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
What did you do
Perhaps
with
he
them?
wanted to stop by the employee
Listen,
lounge
Stanley
first,
here
just to
thought it'd be a
admire
good
it.
idea to make a website where they watch animals fight for no reason, okay? Stanley thought it'd be a good idea to play God.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to
The
business,
animals.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, it depends. Stanley created the website, which means, like this game, the website's not real.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh?
Someone you've forgotten about.
I would say the gorilla would
Please,
win in a
stop
fight with
trying
a
to make
monkey.
every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach
okay.
out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, Then pick up the phone.
I don't trust it, and I could unplug the phone, but we're gonna trust it. Well, what the? Wait, what? Hold on.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving
Screw
wife?
you,
They want to
dude.
commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
No,
Come
thank
inside.
you. Oil
Let
up.
me show
I
you
mean,
what's
oh!
really going on here.
Charles, why would you say that? I'm just gonna go this way and,
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
You douche! No!
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
What if I don't press a B? What if I don't press it? Did you think of that? I'm gonna wait all day until you say something. Any minute now. Nothing? Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
Yo,
told
what the?
to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now
Narrator's
he's
a
eating
douchebag
lunch.
who loves-
Now
he loves
he's
to look
going
at
home.
commands.
Now he's
Okay.
coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
You don't know
From
what's going
behind
on,
his
do ya?
desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever
Okay.
happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
How wonderful we talking.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
How do I know this isn't your doing?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again,
Monkey
over and
balls.
over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel
That's
this free.
disturbing.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets
Yo, Stanley,
which
oil
life
up,
is the
broski.
real
I mean,
one. And I'm trying to tell him
What has
this,
gotten him?
that in this world
Charles,
he can never be
am I gonna have to
anything
time
but
you
an
out
observer,
for that?
that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see?
Oh.
Can he just not hear me?
Hey, it's
How
my
can I tell him
office!
in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Like this?
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. Well,
Yeah.
Not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all
The
this
game
to him.
shouted out,
I'm
Jesse.
compelled
Wait,
to.
what?
I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
When did it do
I
that?
tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
It's your office. Oh, okay. Please die. Yeah, this narrator really doesn't like Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is new. You read it right, Charles. It said, please die.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley
Or
now
maybe
in
I
his
want to do my
incredible
own
room.
thing.
Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'm not. Hey.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm gonna go that way now.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
This
investing
narrator
your
must
trust
not
in
like
someone
me,
else can be difficult.
but I don't care
the
what he
fact
likes
is
and
that
doesn't
the story
like.
has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Yeah, I've been neglecting
Someone
you!
you've forgotten about. What? Really?
Yeah!
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Or Stanley walked through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
You do!
Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door, got it.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Really?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to
Yes.
find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures.
What
is
is
this what you
this?
had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Yes.
Skill trees?
Yes.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, I'm
I
going
like
to
it.
stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
All right.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You
That's
can't
deep.
teach that,
I like
Stanley.
it.
Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Yeedly dee! Asses are about to get beat!
Hey, now what's this?
Woo!
Hold up.
Oh my god!
Wait, well, what the? Hey, yo! That was not inspiring, alright? Hold on, I need to have a word with this narrator.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'll give it about a 3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind
New
taking
game,
a look at
huh?
it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh, what the?
In this game, the baby crawls left
no.
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play
sure.
to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Nope. 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 I gotta go. Alright, Charles. Have a good day. Okay, look away, chat.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's
Neither.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing.
Yo, tell
Your
that baby
input
to.
was
I mean,
extremely
see,
valuable.
Charles.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain?
All right.
Let's see. What do we have here?
Keep that under control, Charles, or I will have to
Yes,
time you
this
out.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What game we in?
Aha! Fascinating.
Hey.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Hey, yo, is this
What's our
Watchtower?
backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me
This
that
is
you are meant to play as
Watchtower,
a
right?
creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Chat, this is Watchtower,
Yes,
right?
that
I
must
don't
be
know.
it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Sure. Oh, that looks beautiful. Explosives! Nice.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Yeah, it's open world.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Hey!
Thank goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open,
That's
just
the plan.
wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Still in the woods,
Let's
actually.
find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Nice. What game do you have in mind now?
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Wait, what? Is this Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Chat.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility
Chat,
that
look,
you could
we're
get
in
lost
Rocket
here.
League now.
This is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
I'm gonna be
There are lots
honest,
of cars
I
here
never
in the
played
back, but
Rocket
obviously
League.
There's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay, so what do I do here? Yes, we're doing things the Justy way. That is to say, fix things by breaking them.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Hey!
Stanley, I have a...
Get in there!
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple
Get
balls
in the goal!
makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh, goodness,
Oh, God.
that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Get...
More balls!
Oh, God, no. Oh, there's so many! There's so many! Ah!
Oh? Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
Yeah!
Is this a real
Finally
video
made
game?
one.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Ugh.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes.
You do.
You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And
all right,
since you
I'm out of
decided
here.
You didn't want to play my game. Now I don't want to play with you. Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there.
Oh.
I can't help you. How
Right
will
into
you
the back
write a story
rooms.
without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Chat, we're in the back rooms now. As eager as I am to go this way. Ominous light. Wait, what is that? Whoa. What is this? I don't know what this is, but sure. Alright, back out we go. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
All right. Well, we're back here. Wait a minute. Hold up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
back
he had
here,
simply
I
missed
see.
a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right. We're just gonna go this
was
way.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Gotcha.
And so he detoured through the
Only we're gonna go
section,
this way.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Bye.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
All right.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said
Which
it was
way
to
is
the
it
right?
then?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
All right, sure.
Now, let's see.
You looking through the script?
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. So it's down here is what you're saying.
No. This isn't right at all.
Whoops.
You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
It's beautiful.
Okay. We just have to get back to,
Hey, there's
Who am
427.
I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
Yeah,
this
sure.
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, well. Oh, we're back here. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Turn off the
Perhaps he had simply
computers.
missed a memo.
There we go. The bucket's not here. That's not good. I'm being responsible and turning off the computers.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley,
Yeah, definitely.
Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did
No.
you move the story somewhere
No.
or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah,
It was right
duh.
here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, so first we'll look this way. Story, where are you? Huh. Story. Oh, story. Chat, where do you think the story
I'll
went?
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Yeah.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, maybe I missed a memo. Well, what the? That wasn't open before. At least I don't think it was.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, sure.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Nice.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Read my mind. We're doing that. What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yeah!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. A line!
All
yes!
Right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Let's do it. Oh, real quick. There. Turn off the computers like a responsible employee. Follow the line, follow the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Let's go.
Look, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Yeah.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on.
The line's getting all scribbly now.
Well, I'd like to apologize.
I like it.
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need
Swinging
right now
light.
is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
All right. Oh yeah, love it. Oh, what the?
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Sure.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
All right. Look at the fern, study the fern, study the fern, look at the fern, look at the fern, study the fern, study the fern. Got it. Hey, yo, what the?
We're back at the office? No.
Hold up.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable,
The line
right?
betrayed
the story?
us.
Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
The line betrayed us.
Been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something
let's
exciting,
do that.
Daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
I don't know.
Wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
You sure?
Oh, no, not you again.
The line's
Stanley,
back!
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The line's back, chat. Ignore the line.
Ah, a choice.
Nice.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the
Follow
place
the pretty
where
red
we're trying
line.
to go,
Follow the pretty
there
red
must
line.
be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending. Wait, what?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Deviate from maintenance room,
The
end up in
confusion
monitor room.
ending.
Narrator
You're
restarts the
telling me
game.
That's what
First
this
restart.
is? It's all one
Discover
giant
the
ending.
two doors room now has
And we're
many
supposed to
additional
restart
doors.
the game
Aimless wandering.
8 times?
Narrator restarts the game. Second
That's
restart.
really how all this
The office
goes?
is now a dead end. Turn
It's
around,
all
find another dead end.
determined?
End up in another building.
So now,
Narrator
according to
restarts
the
game.
schedule, I
Third
restart again. Then what?
Adventure
Am
line.
I just supposed to
nonsense, philosophy
forget?
and music. Return
Well, what
to
if
the
I don't
office,
want to
return
forget?
modern room. Fourth restart.
My mind
Adventure
goes
explore
blank
territory,
simply
find the
because
line
it's written
again.
here on this
Find the
this
confusion ending
thing
schedule.
wall.
Narrator restarts the game. Fifth
Well,
restart.
who consulted
Narrator
me?
forgets about previous
Why
restarts.
don't I get to decide? Why
Stanley
don't
attempts to
I
play the
get a
story
say
was
in all of
prevented,
this?
unable to
Is
go
it
anywhere
really?
else or anything. Game restarts on
No,
round
it
6
can't
restart.
be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this.
Eighth
I won't
restart
restart
after
the game.
the narrator
I won't
is
do
gone.
it. I
After a
won't
long
do
time,
it. I
Stanley
won't do it.
dies. That's
And
dark.
the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we
Hopefully.
even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Heedly-dee!
Well, in the meantime...
Asses are about to get beat!
Jitter, thank you for that.
Woo! Oh my god!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Okay. Hey, the bucket's back. Turn off the computers. Alright. This time we'll go to the left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nice.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Chat, watch this.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, chat, ready?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Just shut up. I'm doing my thing here, alright?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like it in here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Yeah.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I like it, okay?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Oh.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
They won't. I do this all the time in this game.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh, really? You're gonna insult me now?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yeah,
Well,
let's go with
in a situation
that.
like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Okay.
So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Or can I?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Alright. Plot twist. It was me all along.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or...
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
yeah.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had
Wait a
vanished.
minute.
His boss would think he
Wait a
was
minute, this is
crazy.
just like
And then
PT
something
now.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
This
he
is
thought to
so
himself,
creepy.
maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered
This is
this,
creepy,
he began to
chat.
make other strange observations.
It's like PT.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Yeah,
down?
really, why?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Also,
And
why?
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yeah.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Oh,
He
yeah?
just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
The music's getting creepy, and I think
What
I
a
like
relief
that.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, Jesus.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Oh.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Oh, yeah?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Oh.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility?
We're gonna be here a while.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Yeah, a little too awake.
Hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
All right. Okay, go.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Everything was red.
And everything went black.
Oh. Hello?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Did
But
Stanley really just
day,
die?
Her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Nice.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going back to the broom closet. You can't stop me!
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Gladly. I'm doing a TikTok dance. TikTok dances are good. Okay, I'll stop.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, nice. That is not a business strategy. Nice elevator. How long have I been doing? Alright. Chat, don't mind that. I was just having fun with that elevator music, and I've been just jamming out for like the past 2 minutes. Alright, let's go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh, yeah?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Chat, let me know if you guys want to see me play some more of this, because I'd be happy to play it for stream one day. Don't know when that day would be, but... Other than today...
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, real quick. Is there a way to change my status on here? Okay. Off we go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Would I?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I think you're lying to me.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah, I ain't no wuss. The power of death! Death! Oh. Huh.
As the machine whirred into motion,
This
and
is,
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
All right.
Farewell, Stanley.
Well, what the?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Whoa, what?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless. making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Stanley's computer. Office layout. Interesting. Okay, nature paintings. Nice. The office. Okay. Hey, Stanley's cubicle! Button sounds. I love these sounds already. These sounds are amazing. Office computers. Employee database. Too far away, can't read it. Someone's playing solitaire, and someone is downloading something. Sure. Okay. I don't really know what you want from me. The lounge. Okay.
Then he pushed the number 8.
Nice.
Stanley walked over the bridge.
Alright, up we go. Oh. What is this? Come back out. Ah, that's gonna be hard. At least the office looks cool. Right. Nice. These all look fascinating. I love them. Nice, a phone. You know, I'm kind of curious what happens if I get that ending. Whoa, what the? Hmm. Oh, that would have been sick. A lot of interesting stuff here. I know where to go, though. Have I looked over here? I think I looked over here. I have not. Oh. Alright. Alright, let's go. So that ominous exit room is where we need to go. I gotcha.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Well, it's technically me wanting to be free, and the narrator's the controlling one.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Yeah.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Okay.
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh. Poor Stanley got squished. We could go back. Back to the beginning.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
All right.
When Stanley
Back
came
we
to
go.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This time we're gonna go the right way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Currently on my way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of
I already knew the
anxiety
code.
isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
All right. This is
Feeling
calming.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
All right. Here we go. All right.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
Right
read
there.
Mind Control Facility. The lights rose
Let's see if
on
I
an
can find my
enormous room
office.
packed with television screens.
427, I
What
believe it
horrible
is.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
427,
nature
right
revealed.
there.
Each
See it,
bore
chat?
the number of an employee in the building.
Right there.
Stanley's
There's my
co-workers.
office.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I noticed that some of the employees are fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
Employee
it couldn't be
104,
true.
fired.
Had Stanley really been under
Employee
someone's
601,
control all this
fired.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
That one's
His own
glitched.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I thought I had to
After
turn
they
it
kept
off
you
to turn...
enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
I thought I had to turn it on to turn it off.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated
rigged.
the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Oh, God.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
where did
until
everyone
the bomb
go?
goes off. But what precious moments each one of
Oh,
them
that's not a
is.
3, that's a 4.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Sure.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Why
Of course,
would you do
that
that?
was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Okay, 5.
Other
Right there.
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next
You're
go-around
kidding.
will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds
How am I supposed to
left.
get to that
But I'm
door?
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
All right.
Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer
I know what
that
I'm
something
doing.
in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
All the way over there.
Stanley, that this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
The door opened before. It didn't want to work now.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
Oh, God.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
5's over there.
Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Okay, let me explain my thought process, chat, in a way that you can understand. In my mind, I thought you had to turn it on so that you could turn it off later. But I didn't know that turning it on would do that. Well, I did know that, but I was just testing you because I wanted to see if you guys could gather my thought process. So in actuality, his hostility is not needed for what I was trying to do in the first place.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's called faith, alright? I had faith that turning it on would help me turn it off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Try me. I have a lot of faith in my body.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, we're gonna turn it off this time.
Okay,
2845.
I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Chat, I didn't do this, alright? As much as I want to go back, can I? Answer is no.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
here we
meant
go.
nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yes.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Real quick.
Happy or sad or content.
Just because I want to see where the
Walking,
store goes.
Eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I think that has to be on for that to open. Alright, off we go.
And when at last he found the source of the root... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Most likely.
Yes.
Oh.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Yeah.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Yeah.
No longer would anyone
totally.
tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all.
That looks kind of like Skyrim.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Let's do it backwards.
Stanley felt the
Or
cool
not.
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Very happy. Alright, let's go.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Let's get the bucket.
It's bucket time.
New content. Let's go.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. This way.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Ooh. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Jim.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Nice.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Okay.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
But I want more.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No!
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
No! The Jim button is gone. You can't run in this game.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
The button that says Jim. An epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings World Champion. Wait, what? Nah, that ain't working. Down we go. Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Ooh!
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose
My
you.
bucket!
Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk.
My bucket!
I hope one day you can forgive me.
It was the bucket that loved! It could have loved! And he destroyed it! I'm okay with the balloons it has set. Infinite hole. Infinite, you say? There it is. Alright. Let's see how infinite this hole really is.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Here we go!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I'm staying right here.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
You're not
kidding. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
No.
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good
there's
for you.
The bottom of the hole.
Bottom of the hole. You found
and
me
there's
out,
the top.
Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
The hole got
shorter. The hole seemed even shorter to you this time. I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Yeehaw!
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
The hole is getting shorter.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite,
Ooh, the
but that
Stanley
it's growing
Parable.
steadily
Nice.
less and less infinite.
Hey, Havoc, how you
I
doing?
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not
hole's
infinite,
short now.
it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
In we go.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but
It's
at
a
this
hole.
depth,
I love
just can't
holes.
see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here
Everyone,
to
if
do
you
and
can,
hit the
shoot Havoc a
teleport
follow.
button when
Havoc's
you're
an
ready to
amazing
move
streamer.
on.
He does variety like Fortnite. I think you played like... Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to think of what other game I've seen you play, cause I know you play Fortnite with GOG. I think I've seen you play, dude. How do you find this? Oh, Frosty Tools? I just looked it up. Or do you mean the game? Because this is the ultimate... This is the Ultra Deluxe. Been jamming some World of Warcraft, Rise of the Ronin, and Marvel Snap. Those seem like good games. I think I've seen you play Devil... Not Devil. I think I've seen you play some Diablo 4 one time.
Is the,
Teleport button's
not working?
broken.
You sure?
Surprised you don't play some World of
I really don't have an
Warcraft.
explanation.
I'm gonna
It
be
was working
honest,
just a
World of
moment ago.
Warcraft
Try
really
it
isn't
again.
my cup of tea. Yeah, I play that a bit too, waiting for the next season in a week or so. Ah, okay.
Still nothing?
Yeah,
Well, I suppose
teleport
there
button's
is
broken,
one thing I
Mr.
can do to fix
Narrator.
this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole,
Douche!
and now you'll get more
The
time with it
narrator's
than you could
leaving.
ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You
Diablo
get to be
4,
with the
that
hole,
is.
I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Yeah, we're just gonna chill out in this hole, have a little hole party. That sounded pretty bad now that I say it out loud. But yeah, this is the Ultra Deluxe to the Stanley Parable. It's on Steam right now, and I think it's like 15 bucks. Oh. Stanley, my man, what kind of drugs are you taking? This music is cool, I love it. Just be here for a little bit. Oh. Is that me? Boom. Where am I going? Where am I? Boom. I like that one. Another one bites the dust. Bump, bump, bump. Another one bites the dust. Oh, that looks demonic. We don't want that. That looks creepy, which means it looks absolutely perfect. Oh. Okay, that looks cool. That one's also good. I'm a paper man! Oh.
Stanley? Stanley?
Oh, I'm upside down!
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have
love
many,
this
many
hole.
years here in this hole.
Again,
and
that
I'm looking
sounded
forward to all
bad.
of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
We're gonna be here a while. Oh, we're actually back here.
Here we are.
Nice.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's get the bucket back. Oh, right. He destroyed the bucket like the douchebag he is. Screw you, Mr. Narrator. Alright? Might as well.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes. Alright.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Is this supposed to be amazing? What is this?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That looks a little worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Okay.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they wouldn't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Would it possibly work?
Yeah.
I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. It sent me back to the menu, really? Wait. Oh, I forgot about this. Stanley? Wait. Shut. Hold on. You may be asking yourself, Jesse, are you really gonna stand here for hours on end just pressing buttons? Yep, sure am. Oh god. I'm pushing the buttons, don't worry! Oh yeah. I love how there's a choir saying push the buttons. Am I supposed to do something here, or what? What am I supposed to do? Stanley's in heaven now. That's invigorating. I love that. Two hours, jeez. Whoa, what the? There's papers everywhere!
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Papers. Who did this?
It's bucket
Let's
time.
get this out.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're gonna do this the right way with the bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's... Oh, Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
Yeah, totally.
him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Guide be Mr. Bucket. I love this bucket. This bucket's amazing. It's also my friend.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Sure.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut.
You know what? Let's go.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Alright, chat, let's go.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Right there.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
See my office?
Monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Well, he might as well trust it.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terror. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Is it gonna do the self-destruct again?
In horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly
you betrayed me,
not
I betrayed you.
On the enormous screen. Birds.
Birds!
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Hold up. Oh. Nice.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place. flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one
lot of birds.
was surely the best. And Stanley
Burrowing
was
owls.
happy.
I love the owls. They're cute. Alright. Oh, you're not getting me again. Cheeky, cheeky thing. Shame on you.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure
Hello?
of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment,
okay.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, got it.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Okay, got it.
Now, back to door number 437.
437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting
417.
somewhere.
Wait, I just passed it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line,
Yes.
Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. 416. 416. 416. I don't see a 416. I think this is it. No? This one? Oh, this one!
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
How did I miss that? Okay, copy machine, got it.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 4. Yes! We did it!
Nice.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Totally worth it. Alright, let's turn off the computers. And after that, I'd say that was a job well done. That was pretty okay. Alright, not gonna lie there. I do want to do more of this game, but sadly I don't think it's on my list of games to play for stream right now. I mean, I did just get through playing it, but still. Also, hold up. Alright. Alright, chat. I'm closing up Steam for now. Because we are gonna raid out. Now, who is it we're gonna raid out? You know what? Why not? You know? There we go. Nice. That's what I love to see. Alright guys, we raiding out. Be seeing you tomorrow for some Friday the 13th. So until tomorrow, behave yourselves, stay safe out there, and have yourselves a good one.